This is Braden from Ethan and Braden Productions back again today with another video. Okay, I'm technically lying to y'all. This is actually an old video. I just been too lazy to do any commentary. Well, I see a good chance to do some commentary because here's the thing. I be a little busy lately. Why did I say in that voice? But this is the horrifying, terrifying, horrendous week at college known as finals week. And during finals week, we have a lot of spooky tests. So I thought, might as well get some content out for y'all because it's probably gonna be a hot minute before I actually work on something serious. Though, after finals week, here's the cool part about it too. After finals week, we have winter break. Whoop whoop. And here's the thing. At my college, winter break is it's not like you're in your public K through 12 school. Winter breaks like 2 weeks if you're lucky. You get like a couple days before Christmas to the day after New Year's. Nuh-uh, it's not like that. I got a whole month. I have a whole month to crank out videos for y'all. Ethan, he's available too. We're gonna be, the content kitchen is gonna be cooking, but just for the time being, and we kind of need some kind of stopgap measure. So this is going to be one of those videos where I don't really have anything prepared. I'm just kind of rambling over the footage, and we hope it turns out okay. I have a rule where if I'm not willing to watch the video, I'm not allowed to post the video. So if it's too awful, it's just not going to be uploaded. So we'll see what I can do. It's been a while since I got this footage, so I don't actually have really much knowledge as to what it is that I did here. So I think if I remember correctly, so this is my general map. I think I did a video of this map before. I think I did it with USSR 2.0 because that's like the easiest one because you just spam into the ocean, invade Unholy Falls, and you just kick butt from there. But yeah, so what I think I did, what I think the game plan is for this conquest as the Blue Army is you have to take out Violet and Etnarb as fast as possible because the way I have it set up, they have a weaker technology than you, so you can easily beat their forces. And you want to take them out as fast as possible because Ethan Red Battaliona might try to take advantage of that. And yeah, that's a problem. And you have like a whole bunch of different fronts. Like you have the front like in the very southeast with where Halo has a city, and you have this front that's showing right now with Nova Violetia and Eastlandia and all that. That one's always hard to do because it's like they constantly missile you, they constantly bomb you. It's kind of hard to maintain that front in the southwest, but I do manage to pull it off if we continue to watch this. Because obviously I beat the Conquest. I wouldn't have made the video if I didn't unless it was like really good. So if this video does well, I'll do another Conquest on this map. It's been a while since I played Armchair Commander, but I'll actually do Unholy Falls, which I know that's going to be total HE double hockey sticks because it has really weak technology and you kind of get two-pronged because you have the Blue Army coming in from the east and you have the USSR 2.0 coming in from the west and you have Ethan coming in from the south as well, I guess. So you're actually getting attacked on three sides. And it's like a whole thing. And your only allies are Violet and Etnarb, which, as you're kind of seeing, aren't particularly the strongest countries. So next time I do this map, it's probably going to have a lot of changes, though, because since I made this footage, there was actually a big update to Armchair Commander, where you can actually make your own flags and make your own generals now. And I've actually done a couple maps where I've taken advantage of that. I did a couple YouTuber Wars maps. I've kind of been out of it lately, but when the update first came out, I kind of worked on some YouTuber Wars related maps. If you want to see something like that, I mean, let me know. I'm willing to do it, So we'll see what happens with that. And yeah, I'll definitely edit this map, and if this video does good, I'll do a conquest with the new and improved map. This map has gone through so much evolution because I still remember it was literally back in 2020 I made the original general conquest map, And something I could do actually is so I'm actually currently Ethan, WC, and Matthew already know about this, I'm pretty sure, but actually I know for sure because I've talked to him about it, but I'm actually working on a mod for Age of History 2 right now where it's a map of Pennsylvania. It's you have the different counties and whatnot. And it's the map editor isn't exactly the most user friendly thing in the world, but I know how to use it, so I guess that's good. And yeah, hopefully I can make like a video of that. But the point I'm trying to get at here, and the reason I mention this, is because I can do the same thing with a general on not Armchair Commander, Age of History 2. So if that's like a video you guys would be interested in seeing, let me know in the comments. I mean, I'm really open to anything. Ethan and I, we have just kind of fallen off of the content lately, so I'm just trying to get something out there. But we're working on some big stuff, all right? I don't want to spoil too much, but like we're working on, okay, I'm pretty sure y'all know this already actually, but we have the Gary show. You remember the Gary show, I'm sure y'all do. But if you're a Violet Army veteran, from back in the day, you very much know about the Gary show, and I'm sure most of you, or at least like unless you're like new around here, I'm sure you're like aware of what it is. And basically, we're making like a new and improved version of that. And it's not gonna be like the old crappy videos from however many years ago, which absolutely suck. And please do not watch them. I think most of those are I think all those are unlisted now. I'm not sure, but it's not gonna be like that. It's gonna be like actually like I mean, obviously, we're literally just YouTubers with a little over 300 subs. We don't even have monetization, so it's not like the most professional thing in the world. We're just in college or whatever. Which Ethan, he'll actually be going to my college starting in January, so we'll probably be able to do a lot more videos on that note. And what I'm saying is, it's not gonna be like the most professional thing in the world, I don't think, but we're gonna still try to make it really good and like semi-professional, like we're gonna like the animation's not gonna be like professional standard obviously, but we're gonna do it in like paint.net. We're gonna have voice acting, we're gonna have sound direction. Ethan's the music director. I know everyone's shocked, and I hope y'all like it. We have like the first like season. We're gonna do a season 1, and if that does good, we'll do a season 2. But I want to get out the pilot episode before we do anything. So Ethan, he's very optimistic about it. He's like, "Oh, we'll get the pilot episode done by the end of the year." And I'm like, "No, that's not gonna happen because I have to animate it." And he says he'll help, and I believe him because Ethan, he's not normally one to like lie about that stuff. But it's like I don't know, man. Like it's probably gonna take a little more work than that. But it's like we'll hopefully get out the pilot in like a few months at the very least. And if that does good, we'll like crank out like obviously we have other series going on. So what I've been telling Ethan, we've kind of been, debating it a little bit, but I think we should do like the series in bursts if it does good. So like we'll do a few episodes and we work on another series and then we do a few episodes and it just kind of goes on like that until we get through season 1. I don't want to start working on season 2 yet until we know whether this is going to be like an actual thing or not. Yeah, you know what I mean? So we're going to try to get out. There's more than likely going to be at least one season of this, and it's nothing shabby at all either, because this is like, you know how like you watch like an episode of SpongeBob and it's like you have like 2 different segments and they're both like roughly 11 minutes. Yeah, this is going to be the same way. So each video is going to be roughly like 22 minutes long, and it's going to have 2 episodes unless it's a special, which I tried to insist that we didn't have any specials in season 1 just because of the workload, but Ethan, he had a good idea, so I'll save that as a surprise. I'm not going to spoil that because I think it's a good idea, and knowing Ethan, I'll give you a hint, it's something music related. Ethan, he's very passionate about this stuff, so I'm sure he'll make it good. But, the Gary show, that's going to be a big thing. And also, we're still going to have YouTuber Wars. So we're going to be doing a YouTuber Wars Season 1 remastered, because I just think, like, the old Season 1, like, it was good for the time, but I just feel like it doesn't really reflect our channel anymore in that sense. Like, it could be better. Like, there's a lot of things about it that I wish I did differently. Like, and same with parts of Season 2. Like, I've been meaning to make the YouTuber Wars Season 2 movie, but it's, like, almost awkward, because it's, like, you watch Episode 7 and you watch Episode 13, and it's, like, a completely different series almost. It's, like, I was still, like, referencing, like, subscribers in Episode 7, and that's not really something I do anymore, because it's less about, like, the YouTubers, and they're just straight up, like, actual countries. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the series has just changed so much. Like, the character development's completely different now. The plot is, like, a lot more, in depth. Like, I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but it's, like, This is just like a completely different thing. So I just want to make like a season 1 remastered, and I don't know if I'll do like so like season 1 remastered would be like a complete overhaul. Like I'm gonna add like new characters, like obviously the same stuff from the original is still gonna be there, but it's like gonna be more detailed. Like I'll have like the generals in episode 13. It's gonna be like that, where you have the generals and yeah, you have the generals, you have like all the different individual characters. Like it's gonna be similar to that season 1 remastered and season 2 remastered. If I do it, I don't think like episode 7 through 12. What I'm thinking is if I get this far, that is an if, not a when. That is an if. If I do it, I'll probably just remake the I'll probably just remake the original 1-to-1, except with the new country names and with the updated graphics and maybe some slight changes to the dialogue and removing like some of the cringier lines. Like that's probably what I would do. Like for example, like as far as like dialogue goes, what I mean by that is like for example in episode 11 I called myself a Blue Army for the entire thing, and it's like that's not really something I do anymore just because I mean everyone knows it's Braden, so screw it, just call it Braden. It's like literally no one cares. Like you're always gonna get those people who are like, oh, this is a self-insert. Well, guess what? It's my series, dude, and it's like, I mean, I kind of portray myself as a bit of a buffoon sometimes, so it's not like I'm like being like conceited and being like, oh, this is look, I'm so great. Look at me doing these great things, and I used to be that way a little bit. Like looking at season 1, looking back, this is one of the things I want to change. I just want to give like the characters more depth because it just feels so shallow. It's like Spaghetti is big evil bad guy, and Braden and Ethan are cool and can't do anything wrong. It's like I want to change that. Like episode 13, I feel like I did a good job, kind of like giving like a different perspective to the characters. Like you had the whole plot detail of like how I wanted to use the nukes because I felt like we were gonna lose, but Integra and Ethan were told by weather coverage that Spaghetti had however many nukes and that it would be a really bad idea. So they were trying to convince me not to do it, but I wouldn't listen to them because I had to be right, Like, you don't really see that type of thing in season 1 at all, or most of season 2 for that matter. So I'm definitely going to be doing, like, I will be remaking season 1 from, like, the ground up, and season 2 would probably just be a slight remaster. Like, just update the graphics, update like some of the dialogue. Like I'm not gonna completely overhaul the story for season 2 just because I don't have the time for that, frankly. Like I don't want to be that guy, but it's like I don't necessarily have the time because it's like I'm in college, I got all that stuff going on, I got all these other series going on, and I got my other channel too. I can't plug it because as I said in YouTube Wars episode 13, it's like a political channel, so I don't want to talk about it here because someone will get mad, inevitably. Someone's going to get mad at something I have to say, and I have like my actual name on here, so I don't feel like getting doxxed, okay? That's not really on the agenda. But yeah, what I'm saying is, YouTube Wars, that's going to be that's still going to be like a big thing on the channel. And obviously, we're going to be doing season 3 of YouTube Wars. That's probably not going to come out for a long while, but trust me when I say this. Episode 13, it was a really long wait, and and I hope it paid off because it was like a pretty long one compared to most of our videos. Episode 14 is going to be that times 10. All right, it's going to be just cranked up to the max. Okay, like it's going to be big. Trust me. I don't have like much written down at this current point in time, but my plan for it's big. All right, and obviously, so I talked about the Gary show. I talked about YouTuber Wars. Also, going to be doing an alternate future world. That's probably going to be like how like History of the Violent Army was back in the day, where it's kind of like the third. It was like the territory series. Oh hey, I just dropped a nuke. Tactical nuke incoming. Doo 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 doo. The joke is funnier because I don't actually play COD. But, what was I saying before? Oh, yeah, Alternate Future World. It's going to be, like, the third most important series, I think, because you have Gary Show, you have YouTuber Wars, and then you have Alternate Future World. And I'm going to make that pretty good. Hopefully people like it. I'm going to be trying something different. Like, it's going to be very much based on the country balls rather than the mapping stuff itself. Just here on out, as far as YouTube Wars or Alternate Future World are concerned. The map's still going to be part of it, but it's not as big of a deal as it was back in the day, just because I like doing the country ball stuff a lot more. And also, So that's like the mapping stuff, the animation stuff. I might like do some like Crunchyroll animations too, but it's like some standalone Crunchyroll animations. I think y'all know what I meant by that. But Ethan and I were also gonna be, so like I said, like we haven't really done much in terms of the content lately, just because we've had so much going on. Ethan, he and I, we were busy all summer, so we didn't really get to make much as far as like YouTube stuff did. Especially Ethan, because he had like his job, which he really likes. He really likes it. But that kept him busy all summer, so we didn't get to make much content. But we're gonna be cranking out, and we're probably gonna be bringing back like the. I'm sure a lot of y'all remember like when we did like the historically accurate like Minecraft battles. Like we had like the D-Day one. We were gonna do like a Hacksaw Ridge one on our old server, but we never got to finish that. But we're probably gonna be bringing that series back. Because we can actually edit the audio properly now. Because back in the day, I'd always have the audio off by like 10 to 15 seconds, and it just made the video just complete trash, okay? Like, I kind of clown Ethan sometimes, for some of the things he does, but credit where it's due, obviously it's like a joking way. I'm not actually trying to demean Ethan at all, but it's like, credit where it's due. He's always been fairly decent about editing audio. Like the Ethan Braden versus the Wither video, I'm not sure if that one's still up. I think it is, but the audio in that one is edited pretty good. Granted, some of the things in that video I'm kind of about, because for other reasons. It's not because of the editing. It's just because I was being an idiot when we made the video. So yeah, it's kind of cringy for me, but yeah, I think it's a pretty good quality video objectively. But every time I would try to edit the audio, we would always. Why do I say we? It was all on me. Okay, it's all my fault. I just like screw up the audio. It'd always be off. It just wasn't a good video. But I can actually edit it properly now because I have the right extension for Audacity. And we are done.